You're tuned in to My 95.1 Sports Zone, the podcast for students by students. We're bringing you the latest highlights, hot takes, and behind-the-scenes stories from all things sports right here from the Killeen ISD Career Center. From Friday night lights to buzzer beaters and everything in between. If it's KISD Sports, we're talking about it. Let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of the My 95.1 Sports Zone podcast. I'm Gio. I'm here with David and Brandon. We're going to get right into it. We're going to recap last week, Ellison versus Lucas Lovejoy playoff basketball game. I was there, but I'm going to let David give you the little spiel of things.
I told y'all called me the bad guy and the villain. I told y'all what was going to happen. I was right. Unfortunately, the Ellison Eagles took a round 3 loss to Lucas Lovejoy, which in fact was a very disciplined team. Sean Parks really, Gio, I don't want to say struggled, but he struggled to find some rhythm in this game, did he not?
Yeah, that's not ridiculous to say at all. He was putting up the same shots that he normally put up, but they weren't banking in. They weren't going in. You know, fadeaways from the paint, all that stuff. It wasn't nothing was working for anybody on that team. You know, not even like the good players like Chandler Miles or Elijah Bass. For the most part, everything they put up wasn't good. But they had a pretty good first half, though. That's the thing.
They had a decent first half, but the main thing I told y'all was turning the ball over for real, and then somebody else stepping up for the Ellison Eagles. And I was right. No one really kind of knew what to do in that situation. And it came back to haunt him, and Lucas Lovejoy went on a big run in the third quarter and just never looked back and advanced. Lucas Lovejoy actually advanced all the way to the state semifinals and lost to Mansfield Summit. So,
yeah, I just see that.
Mansfield Summit is, if y'all don't know, Coach Iman Pritchett was the Shoemaker High School's head coach for a while, and he had a great right there. He had Juwan Roberts, the University of Houston power forward, who hit clutch free throws last year against Duke to go to the national championship. So big shout out to them. You know, state, they're in state they've been in the state tournament the last 3 of the 4 years.
It felt like Ellison could have won that game. It wasn't a game like not that specific game, but for those two teams, it felt like if they played again 100 times, Lucas Lovejoy's not winning 100 out of 100 times. It felt like Ellison could have came away with that one, and they didn't. Like I said, they had a decent first half where they kept it close. I think they were only down 3 at the end of the half.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, Lovejoy just exploded, man.
Absolutely.
That knockdown fundamental shooters.
Yep.
Try to tell you.
I will say this. I didn't go to the game, but when I watched the highlights and I watched clips of the game, David was absolutely right. They trapped Sean, and once you shut down Sean, it kind of seems like Ellison doesn't know what they're doing, to be honest. That's what it looked like, and that's what it felt like. And he's right. Lucas Lovejoy, them boys can shoot. Oh, my gosh. They can shoot the ball out of the net. Now, I did just see they lost to Mansfield Summit. It looks like they just couldn't shoot the ball that game. They lost 52-35. Seems like that was a team that was just like them, but it just was better.
Yeah, that's not ridiculous to say. But look, even like, because it wasn't just shoot. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lucas Lovejoy was shooting the lights out, man. I mean, you couldn't see anything at that point. Like, they were just banking everything. But even in the paint, you know, when you got players like Chandler Miles going up for a dunk, that thing got packed up, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, dude's going D1 commit to Army. No hate or anything, or disrespect or whatever. But that thing even Elijah Bass, it's all packed up. And they play good defense in the paint too, Elijah Bass and Chandler Miles. So I'm not saying, you know, they didn't have a great game or whatever, but Lucas Lovejoy was also physical. It wasn't just the 3-point shots and, you know, whatnot.
That's what David said. He said they had everything, anything that pretty much Ellison could do, they had better. They had the size, they had the shooting for sure, the much more consistent shooting, and they had a much better collective talent of players. Like, not saying that the other guys in Ellison are good, but Sean Parks, I believe, was the best player on the court. But a great team will always beat like a great player, if you kind of gets what I'm saying.
It's a good analysis.
Yep, 1,000%. For Lovejoy, you have players like Matthew Whitfeld. I remember him. He was doing everything. Alex Cheatham, I believe, is a point guard.
Oh, you heard that name a lot.
Yeah, man.
Alex Cheatham.
It's a cool name.
He got he got back-to-back shots that he was able to attempt because Ellison just couldn't rebound it. You give him 3 shots in a row, he's gonna make one of them for sure. So, and come on.
That's 3-for-1 right there.
Luke Modison, I believe he was the main shooter of that game. From what I saw, which I was there, that dude was every shot was going in, man. It was bad.
I want to ask y'all a question. What was like? Did y'all see like Coach Jones like frustrated, or was he like calm? Because sometimes you see coaches like be frustrated, or they'll be calm and be poised and trust their team. What was like y'all analysis?
You can always tell by Coach Jones's face when he's upset when he's coaching. But Gio, you can answer that question.
Yeah, man, I didn't really see him like.
Usually he's yelling at
obviously
somebody.
He was frustrated because they're losing to playoff game, but I didn't see him like he wasn't like throwing clipboards on the ground or anything like that.
Okay, so Coach Watson, I tell you what, he's a great coach. I saw like they were like before they had lost to Mansfield Summit, and this is including the playoffs. I believe they were like on an 8 or 9 game winning streak before they lost.
Going into the Ellison game, they were both on 10-game win streaks.
Oh, so their streak was actually longer than before the Mansfield Summit game. They were like on a 12-game win streak.
Yes,
because they had beat Ellison and they had beat. I forgot the other team.
Frisco Memorial.
Yeah, Frisco.
Frisco Memorial was a good team, and that's the team that Wicco U lost to also from that same district as Ellison, and they actually had them in a competitive game. Frisco Memorial is pretty tall and physical, but we all know Wicco U is really not the scared physical type of. They matched each other's energy. Just wasn't enough. Frisco Memorial had more offensive firepower. But let's talk about the positives. Sean Parks' 4-year career at Ellison was special. Can all agree to that. 3 of the 4 years they went to the state tournament. 2 of those years he was a state finalist. Wasn't able to win 1,000 plus points in his career. Probably has, I don't know. You think he had, maybe this year didn't have it, but he probably has to be top 3 most winningest players in Ellison history within his 4 years. Right behind JoJo, and I think he'll be right behind JoJo, and then Keller at 3, because there was one big year where they were in 6A and made it to the 3rd round, but they were 18 and 15. It was a struggle, but Sean Parks, man, had a really, really, really good career at Ellison. Chandler Miles, Elijah Bass, they've played to the amount of playoff games. I believe y'all said on the radio, Gio, they played 24 playoff games together. Mm-hmm. That's not something to look over. So they did it. This class of 26 really did something special. Shouldn't be something we forget. But overall, we're going to recap KISD's just whole season. We just talked about Ellison. Finished 24-13, lost in the 3rd round, the regional semifinals. And those 4 names, except for Jacob Tober, are 4 big losses. And, Ellison's going to be relatively young once again next year. Harker Heights finished 28-7, winning their 5th straight district title in basketball. They lose pretty much their whole team. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be real interesting to see what Coach Fawcett does with that team, those younger guys, see if they can really get bought back in and look to seek their 6th straight district title. These Chaparral Bobcats, and I'm saying it now, this is my prediction, they have the brightest future, in my opinion, out of all the KISD teams when it comes to basketball.
This is what I like to hear.
God.
Thank you. Proceed.
No, you could take it over, Brandon. This is your school. Take it over.
David summed up what I was about to say. They have the brightest future, I believe, because most of their guys are coming back next year, with the exception of, unfortunately, Carlos. That's actually a big loss. That's a big loss. But they still have Nate. They still have Nate Brown on the team, so I'm not concerned. Mm-hmm. But this team, I believe, they're the favorites to win that district next year. I believe they're the favorites. They have Damani Mays coming back. They have Curtis Watson Davis coming back. They have Shotswell. They have Nate Brown coming back. They also have Alondra Cadillo. They have Zion Jones. Listen, the list goes on, man. Let's not forget about this class of 2028. They might be on the come up too. So we might be getting a couple of sophomores from this year, especially Khalil Medlock. Oh yeah, he the truth. Khalil Medlock, if you watching this, you're gonna be on varsity next year for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it now. That's my 6A district pick for basketball. I think Chaparral is gonna be the favorite. See, Brendan's already smiling over here while I'm saying that. I'm not a Chaparral hater. I just be telling the truth, and Brendan does not like it.
It's all good. Brandon gonna be going on the road next year when they go to the playoffs.
Yes, sir. And when we go to, never mind. I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all read between them.
Yeah, he's saying Shap for State once again.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying read between the lines.
Yeah, man. And don't forget, they have a good freshman basketball class. Majority of them are football kids, but they also all can hoop. They got 2 really tall freshmen that are pretty good.
They also got one freshman I really like is Rajon Williams. Rajon Williams he's a hooper. He can ball. I mean, I know him really for football, but I seen some dude. This dude Rajon Williams is really good at basketball. Like, he has a chance to be on varsity next year as a sophomore. He's only a freshman this year. So imagine what he's going to do when he really develops. That's what I'm saying. Rajon Williams, y'all going to hear that name for basketball. I'm telling you.
Okay. We're gonna remember that next year. See what's up.
Let's go Killeen. Killeen loses a couple guys. Had a rough record this year. Improved in the win column. Coach Harris and them is gonna have another gonna have to keep battling, man. You know, refuse to lose is their motto, and they're gonna have to keep enforcing that motto and look to maybe get to the have a winning record. You know what I'm saying, next year. Then we'll move on to the Shoemaker Grey Wolves. Round 1 loss to number 12 ranked Lancaster. You lose DeAnthony Moore and you lose Barris Henry, 2 of your top leading scorers. But you still should return Jeremiah Maddox, Caden Logan, Damani Dale Allison. And they have a couple JV guys who can really come in quickly to contribute. So, like Chaparral, they actually returned 3 good pieces from that 2027 class. It'll be interesting. They'll be back down in 5A and in a competitive district with Belton, Ellison, teams like that. But the question is, can Coach Karan Taylor, get over that hump and maybe go on a run? That's the KISD Sports Recap for basketball. A lot of almost every team had a winning record this year. Let's talk about track for a little bit, man. Like we said last time, Shoemaker has the number 2 4x2 relay in the country, in the United States.
Thanks to Brandon Brown, Jamal Polite, listen, the shoe speed is for real. Listen, I went to Shoemaker freshman year, and I was on the track team. And I remember they all had everybody, run, to see how fast everybody was. Let me tell you something. I thought, I'm a skill position. I was a receiver. I'm pretty fast. Let me tell you something, baby. Them boys, man, look, that shoe speed is for real. Like, they're like that.
Yeah, their 4x1's pretty up there in the USA rankings, but Ellison is pretty decently fast. They went up there to face the Duncanvilles. So, I also want to think another track meet this past week. A sophomore ran a 9.88. A sophomore ran that time in the Open 100. Ooh wee!
You're only gonna get faster. It's only gonna get faster, man.
Exactly. Imagine what he gonna do
Ellison went up there to Duncanville and DeSoto, and a real competitive fast heat, and competed very well. Chaparral's been doing decent in track as well. Harker Heights has been traveling around locally pretty much so fast. I went to College Station last week, I believe, and ran competitive times. Their 4x2 is pretty fast as well. So watch out for these track teams. Shoemaker also sent 2 guys to state last year. The 2 relay teams and I believe a hurdler. So Shoemaker looks to, and they were a couple points off of winning a state team championship for track. I wanted to bring up another thing. Shoemaker's freshman team, this is a 4x1 time. Most varsities can run the 41s, 40s, and some 39s, 38s. Shoemaker's freshman team, mind you, this is their first year in high school, are running a 42.87. That is fast for some freshmen. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But we're also having want to give y'all a little surprise. Spring football season is right around the corner. We're each should be able to go to each one of the spring games. We're going to try to go look out how teams are looking ahead for the future. And we have a couple special guests coming on the podcast here soon.
Not going to say no names, but that's what this surprise is for.
We're going to have a couple surprise guests, make it a series, preview spring brawl, get ready for next season. Looking ahead, what the team's outlook's like, new district realignments. And talking about new district realignments, we're going to do something fun here on the pod. give us our way too early rankings of the KISD football teams. Brandon Smith, take it over.
Just KSD. I don't know, man. Like, number one, I would put Shoe, but like they're losing a lot. Like all their seniors.
They return a lot also.
Ellison top 3. That's all I'll say.
Is Heights losing a couple players too? Are they losing as much as Shoe is, or?
They lose about the same amount, in my opinion.
Killeen, I can't say Killeen. Although they compete in a lot of games, they just gotta win them. Okay, at number 1, I'm gonna put Heights at number 1.
It's not too bad. Okay.
I mean, they were the best team. I guess that they literally were the best team in our area. At number 2, I gotta put Shoemaker. I would put somebody else in front of them, but I like y'all can say it's recency bias, but like that sometimes does like factor in. Like we've seen them before, like so. Coach Foreman knows what he's doing, so this team is still gonna be hungry and gritty. So they're number 2. At number 3, I'm going to say the Ellison Eagles.
Oh,
Good pick. I was going to say, good pick.
I think Marlon Smith is about to. He's about to detonate. That's what I think he's about to do. It's about to be a sensational year for him, and he was only a sophomore, so he's about to be a junior. This guy's about to ball out this year. Now it's between Killeen and Chaparral. Honestly speaking, I mean they both kind of struggled this year, but at number 4, y'all can say it's biased, but I'm gonna put Chaparral at number 4. Just because I think they have things to improve off of on, and
what do you think about being in an even harder district? What about that? Going up to 6A.
I was just about to say something like that. I still think they have talent, so I think they're going to compete. And Killeen is at 5, obviously, but not saying they're bad, but I mean, it's like every time like something goes wrong for them. Like I think all 3 of us can agree every time they play in a close game, the ball just bounced the other way for them.
Yeah.
Twice. Brennan McCode to be exact. I'll go second, and I'll say number 1, we'll go Harker Heights. I think Harker Heights is going to win that district once again. I don't think we really see anybody coming close, maybe other than Midway, to be completely honest with you. Y'all know how I'm kind of bluntly honest, so I would say Shoemaker at number 2. It's going to be interesting. Shoemaker's they're going to play a lot more district games and be in 5A. They dropped down to 5A, but put into a pretty competitive district. At number 3, I have the Ellison Eagles. Ellison Eagles district schedule, if y'all looked at their schedule, it's not that hard compared to these past 2 years. Waco University lost a lot. Brenham lost a lot. Belton lost a lot. So look out for the Ellison Eagles to get past the first round this year. At number 4, I have the Killeen Kangaroos. I think Killeen drops down to 5A is huge for them. And I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be in a good case. I think they'll win a couple more games this upcoming season. And at number 5, we have the Chaparral Bobcats. I think that district is going to be even more tough for them. I think they're going to improve, but I think they're on the cusp, right on the cusp of doing what they want to do. But I think being in a tougher. If only y'all see Brandon's face right now. I think it'll be tougher district, so Chaparral at 5. Gio, wrap us out.
Yeah, man. All right, pretty much the same top 3. Harker Heights 1, Shoemaker 2, Ellison 3. I think we can skip over that. That was pretty much kind of given. I'll talk about Ellison. Marlon Smith, he's coming for everything this year. I would be surprised at it too. I'll be honest with you, man. I think Ellison's going to be really good next year.
That's not crazy, but I just can't put them ahead of
Ellison's at what?
3.
3.
But that's
Who's
not
at number 2?
Shoe.
Okay.
That's not crazy to think they could be they could surpass. I'm not saying I can't.
Oh, what is it? 4 and 5. Killeen and Shat. Where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put Killeen at 4.
Yes.
I'm gonna put Killeen at 4. I think Killeen can be a really good team. I think D'Angelo Ingram's gonna do phenomenal next year. Like I said, last year they had really close games. They should have had a way better record than they had, but the ball just didn't bounce their way for a couple of those. Other than losses against like Harker Heights and
Shoemaker
and Copper's Cove. Copper's Cove was really on them, man. They should have won that. But I think they're going to be a really good team. But I don't think any team there is going to be bad necessarily. It's just as far as KISD rankings, yeah, I think that's where I'll go. Shap at 5. But you can kind of flip those two. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Killeen goes 3, Ellison goes 4. I know that might be ridiculous.
Whoa, wait, repeat that?
That's
No,
repeat what you just said.
I wouldn't be surprised if Killeen is better than Ellison next year.
I would.
I'm just saying. Hey, look. I'm gonna just throw it out there.
Okay, if we're throwing out hot takes, I wouldn't be surprised if Chaparral's number one. Chaparral.
Nah, that's too. I can't even laugh at that. That's too ridiculous, bro.
No,
That's
I think Chaparral.
Well, we're gonna end it off on there. We're gonna end it off on that. I guess Brandon says Chaparral's gonna be the best team in KISD next year.
Hey, I don't got nothing else, man. Go out to a track meet, and if not, really stay focused on these other sports going around, man. That's all I got.
All right, bet.
And baseball too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be picking up on baseball real
Yes,
soon.
sir.
It's about that time.
Me and Gio love our baseball.
About that time, baby. That'll be it for this episode of the Mind 95.1 Sports Zone podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see you next week.